So let's warm up a little bit the wrist first. 5 times, which direction? Okay, now the wrist, ankle. Other direction. And other side. So loosen up. Okay, we're gonna keep ourselves to circulate the blood and circulate the chi like this. And make close fist and then keep on the muscle, not on the bone. It's very important. Okay, then you turn around. The other side. Now the head to this side. So not open hand, make a fist and hit with this area of the fist. Okay, other side. If you have shoulder pain or neck pain, this should help also. Make the blood flow better. So on the abs and the muscle, side work, and then cross. And then on the leg, on the thigh, then we go down like this, slowly, and on the anterior muscle, not on the cheekbone, but on the muscle. So this is the front side, now I go to the back side, okay, and then upwards. Oh, the kidney area also. The lower back, where we have a lot of problem, the lower back pain, whatever. You heat it a little bit so the blood flows in and gets better a little bit. Okay, so okay, loosen up the wrist like this, and then now this way, just a little bit. Okay, so now shoulder rotation. And the other way around. Okay, swimming. And the other direction. Open the palm. Palms upward. Now palms pointing down. Now palms outwards, away from me, left and right. I guess keep the elbow tight. That's where everybody is doing wrong. So it goes over the shoulder but not to the back. So and then now I pull up the elbow like this. Okay. So loosen up. Now like this. You can also go like this. But I'm pointing down with my palm, alright? So I lower it and move it to one side of my shoulder, and then lower it again, and then to the other side. So just relax, you know. So loosen up. Now we go to neutral stance. So breathing in, I go up a little bit, and breathe out. Breathe in, and if you breathe in, extend your body, let the air come in, and then press the air out. Okay, 1 and 2, breathe out. Okay, breathe out only with your nose, if possible. If you're doing something like jogging or boxing or whatever, breathe in with your nose always and breathe out with your mouth, but never breathe in with your mouth. Alright, like that. That's only with your nose. And okay, so now I can do the flip the palm. Okay, we combine it with our bow stance. It's a very easy bow stance, not a traditional bow stance like this. Okay, so I pull and go back. Now I push and flip my palm to the front. Okay, so my palms are actually like this, not like this in the arm, then this way. Okay, this is another exercise. So I pull again, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay? So the other side, other leg. And when you pull up your toes like this. Okay? Like this. Very important. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Try to pull something, imaginary resistance, and now push away the imaginary resistance. So control your energy inwards and outwards. Okay? So now we'll try the shifting like this. Look at my toe, they're pointing to the front, and now they're pointing that way, 55 degrees. So I turn on the heel, this is the heel of my foot. So I turn this way, okay? And I turn this way again, and then I turn this way. And you follow always the leading hand where you're turning. So face is facing that way, your toe is facing that way, your belly button is facing that way, your hip, okay, and shoulder, both shoulder, and your leading hand. And then I will switch, and then switch again. So if you do it more round, it becomes the cloud hand again, alright? So I'm actually not moving my hand like this, I'm moving my hand only this. But my upper body is rotating, the whole body is rotating, and becomes a circle. Okay? And 1, 2. Okay? That's very important. So you can also go to the bow stance a little bit. I wasn't standing in the bow stance. Okay? But you always need to rotate on your heel. That's called shifting. And it's very important. Okay? So now we go to the bigger stance, and then I go to the bow stance to one side, to the left side, for example. And then I close first. Now I open, and then you see my toes, they are also rotating. They're not like this. Now you're blocking your own knee and hip movement. It's very unhealthy, and you can hurt yourself in the long run. Okay? So, but now when I open, both are turning. Not just this one and this one like this, both are turning, okay? And breathe in. And breathe out. Yeah, extending and breathe in, air is coming to my chest, chest opening up, and closing the chest. So it's like an accordion, really. And breathe out. And in, and out. And in, and out. So the other side, I do 5 times each side now. And open, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, relax a little bit. Now we are already around 1 month. We try to do the 24 technique, single exercise, solo exercise for stationary. Okay, so we start with the weight distribution. First, like this, and now I 50-50. Now I go bit by bit to this leg, and then pull the other leg, and back, and pull the other leg. So without tilting my body left and right like this, or like this, standing straight, our body straight, very important, most important thing is the presumption of the whole form, is to keep your center line and your dantian aligned, like the chakras in yoga. Okay, so now I raise the hand and breathe in like the accordion thing, and out, and in, and out again. Okay, yeah? Okay, so the second is the wild horse, go like this. Oh, notice also the toe, right? Then I go to the middle, and then this side also toe, and then collect, release, breathe in, breathe out. And now I collect the other leg also, and then go back. I collect this leg, and I go back. I collect this leg, and then I go back. Okay, one last time. So I can do both versions. We can do it even sitting down. Okay, if you don't pull the leg. Okay? So the third is a little bit weird. So we start like the center line like this. So I go over center line now, and I pull down with this upper hand, right? And then I make room for this. The head I'm pulling down actually. I'm pulling my opponent down to this hollow space. So like this and this. This. And breathe in show it sideways, side view, and then go like this, and head out, and then I pull, and then I potential knee strength, right? And then I go this way, and I pull. Go this way, and pull. Okay? So, now the push. Collect. Push. Collect. Push. Collect. Push. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Pull it back. And breathe out. You can go up a little bit in the beginning, but do not with a completely straightened leg, right? The best is to keep at the same level, so you keep the knee tension, so you keep the muscle tension, and you get more training this way. Okay, so now I'm here, I pull the back leg, and then the front leg. And I go back, I'll pull the back leg, and the front leg. Okay, and again. So the other one, I pull back leg, front leg. Okay, so. If you only do the leg, it looks like this. Okay? And then this. Okay? The basic stance in fencing also. So loosen up. Now the sixth one, we do it first stationary, only looking back. Like here, and it's like this swimming, but I'm looking the backhand, and then follow him. When he travels in the front, follow the other one. And, okay. Breathe in here, and breathe out. Breathe in here, and breathe out. Breathe in here, and breathe out. Okay? So the walking is actually pretty easy. You just walk the same side. So the left hand and left knee and the left elbow up, and then go back, and then the other right knee and right elbow, and then go back. And then the other hand does the swimming thing. So first it's only like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, and to the other side, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and then now I go to this side, and now like this 1, and then the other one swimming to the 2, and 1, and 2. Okay, so this side, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So 7, 8 is already stationary actually. So we do both versions. So first version, I'm already standing like this. I go to the circle and peng, lü, qi, an. So I'm also doing all this in a 55-degree and now 90-degree. Okay? So peng, lü, qi, an. Now I pull my leg, peng, pull the leg when you do this. Also pulling motion like this. And you pull and then hum, lü, ji, an. Okay? So now I go back to the single whip, but with cloud hand. This is 19 and 11, alright? So you are already centered, and then go to cloud hand. Now you go like this, and to this side. I'll go back to cloud hand, and then stop here, and then go this side. And then this side, and go over there. Alright? And then go over here. So breathe in and out. So breathe in and out. You breathe in and out. Okay? So this one is also in the form, I know. But it's just actually cloud hand and whip, which we have done. Okay, so we move to the next. The whip. Not whip, the snake head. Snake tongue. Like this. So I have the hook and I have the stab. So I have the hook and then you go back to the punch. So it's like this, 1, 2. Okay? The most important thing is this. The framework, the rotation of the hip in and shoulder out. So now like this, 1, 2, like 1, 2. It's the same framework. It's about the internal rotation of your own body. Okay, so 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and breathe in, breathe out. So let's do the other side. So the hook and step. I can do the front view, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. There are also details in how I turn my palm, because there's actually a secret pulling action and control action, but not important right now. Important right now is to get the framework right, like this. Now you can add other stuff. Okay? So now the kick here. And I'll go back to make it a circle, and then I'll kick. Okay? So today we do the kick slow, and then we do it with a far a little bit. So I'm here, both hands together, and then I make a circle like this. Yeah. With both my hands. So I have the double tongue at this time, right? And then I go to the double up. Okay? So now I have one leg up and another leg up. So my standing leg is never straight, not like this. It's always bent. So I can keep the tension in. Okay? So and okay, pull up the toe, straight up. And now this leg is straight, this leg not. Okay? And then you try a higher level. You can also try higher, but we don't recommend. We recommend to keep the highest to the stomach level. Okay? But you can also start with here and then work up later. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So you breathe in, now we kick, and out. So now I breathe in, and out. Okay? Again. Okay? Some people even do it with a war cry level of things. Also about chi, but we don't do work around screens and stuff. Okay? So the next is this one. You go down and then up this side, and then go down and up this side. So you see, I'm actually making a big circle. You see the circle here? I start with here, and then I go like this, and then move to this end of this, and then now I go here, and then move like this. Okay? The beginner can start slowly and at the upper level, and then you can become bigger, make a bigger circle, and go lower with your advanced training. So I go like this, and then I go already in this stance, and then I go to the knee. Okay, so like this, down, and then up, and then pull up the knee. Okay, come at knee strike, can be a defense, whatever, doesn't matter, it's just a balance exercise. Okay, now I go a little bit deeper, like this. Okay? Okay, so I breathe in, out, and in again, and out. And breathe in, out, in, and out. So you see, I rest a little bit on the rooster stand, right? On the knee stand, like this. Okay? So, now I got a palm push, but with the upper block, and the lower block punch, and the upper block punch. I'll see that like this. When I do the same time, bang, like this, and like this at the same time. Okay? So, and breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Okay? So the needle you can see is pretty easy. Just grab something. You can take a towel or whatever, or just like this, imaginary, and then you move like this. So you have the connection in your hand. I take this one, head right now. Okay, so you have a feedback, your left hand and right hand, and they will move in this X, at the figure 8, the lion figure 8. Okay? Now when I pull back, this pull down motion, I pull back my left leg. And now when I pull back this way, I pull my right leg. Alright? And 1. And 2. And 1. And 2. So it's all about flowing your own body, that you use your own weight and your joint all going together into the armbar technique. Like armbar, like this, like armbar. Doesn't matter. You can even hit someone like this. Okay? This doesn't matter anymore. Just okay? Like this. Now originally they go like this because they go in the cross knee, but we pull back the leg. Okay, then I can go back in the knee again. Doesn't matter. Okay? So now the big lance push like the small one, and then step in the big one. Okay? Small one, yeah, breathe in and breathe out. And the small one and the big one. Okay? I go the other way, small, big. Breathe in and out. So now I go to the back fist. So make the rotation first. So the whole body is making the rotation. Don't let you distracted by the beautiful hand movement, because you can also make the rotation without the hand movement. So you see, my hip is not only moving from left to right, but also up, down, and then like this. So the whole body, every joint is moving. Okay, the other way. And then the hand is just part of the flow. Okay? So now I go this way, and I cover first, and back fist. And now I go this way. So I park here actually a little bit, and back fist. I go side view. So and 1 and 2. Okay? So breathe in and out. And collect in, and here it's already out. So here is already out, because here I already have the motion that goes into the attack. Here I pull him back, and then I go back and then back fist. It can also be a whatever, another technique. Hammer fist, maybe, or just a chop. Okay? So, almost finished, but we take a break to drink something. Okay? So, okay, today maybe it works without the technical problem. Okay, so we have the back fist. Now we do the hammer, ban lan shui. So ban lan is actually move something away. All right. So actually the back fist already ban lan shui. Ban lan shui is those both move in ban lan shui. And then I have this one, and then I'll go like this. So last time I said it's like an upper strike here to the head, and then he blocks, and then I go into the middle strike. So I go 1, 2, okay? 1, part, and 2. Okay, and then part 1, part 2. So this level and this level. So it helps you understand the technique where it does their energy release. Okay? So when I'm here, so 1, so now he already carried my hand or block or whatever, and then he goes back to counter me here and hit me to the face. So I go back, okay, I hit, he blocks, he hit back, I go back, I park the strike away, and then I go back in. You see, so I attack him, he attacks me, I block, carry whatever, and then I go back in. So that's the whole thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay? In the modern version, maybe. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So again, for 1, 2, this one's my defense, and then I go in. I also the offense, but first we try defense. So the 1, 2, 3. Okay? Let's try the other side. Now I go like this. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, breathe in and out. Okay? So the strike, especially this kind of strike, is actually the same in the internal fist or the dark fist. This one is the bright fist, this one is the dark fist. Okay, this one uses the exterior muscle power, but this one uses the interior coordination power of your body. Okay, this already in Chun, that's why we do it with far a little bit. So you can also only do this one. You see this circle here, and then when I move back with this hand, and I punch. Okay. So let's do this 5 times. Okay, and 1, 2, and punch 3, 4, 5. As hard as possible. As hard as possible does not mean squeezing muscle, but as much as energy as possible to release in that moment. So you have actually to be soft and relaxed. Okay, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So it's far is very important, okay? But to really achieve far, you have to be zoned to the relaxation state, and then you can do the far. So that's why, there's not a dead stance, but a living stance. So that's why if you do the Tai Chi application in Sanda, kickboxing, looks like Sanda, it looks like kickboxing. Because it's applied, you only have 2 hands and 2 legs, and it's just another way to teach someone. And we teach like this, and other people teach differently, alright? So, now we have, if you go like this, you go back, and then you cross your hand, go down, and then you go to the double arm. And then you can always do that again, and then you can do that again, because actually this hand is already here, like this, and then I go with the left hand under it. So you see, left hand is under it, right hand is over it, under, over, and like this, and then I go back, and then again, left hand is under it, and then over. Okay, try to the other side. Hold it like this. Okay, like this, and then I go under it. And then I go under it. Okay, so we center and go to the water stand. So this stance, you have to open up your knee. You cannot go deep with your knee like this. You have to make room for your hip, because the hip is going to be here. So you have to open up. So now you see my hip is there. We used to be here, and then I move down. Okay? So I have to do a wider stance, and do not do it like this. Okay? Not healthy. You will get lower back pain and neck pain and everything if you do deadlift all day and like this. Okay? So you go like this, and then you go up. Okay? So this one is only making some. You can start always a little bit higher with the lowest stance, and then go lower if you are advanced. But it's not necessary. The most important part is keep your upper body straight and your spine all the time pull up like this and not bent. Okay? That's where the most people fail. Okay? So now I breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. And breathe in. And now pull yourself up like this. But we do it 5 times now, so I do not straight my body. And I go back again, and I push something down. Imaginary resistance, okay? Breathe in and out. Okay? We can repeat some basic exercise to help you with your balance and form. Okay? But first we can do some neck exercise. Okay, a lot of people have neck pain these days from too much smartphone, too much on the PC like this. Okay, so now we try. We try the basic first, and then go to the advanced. So the basic is the looking thing, and it's very basic. So I look to the left, okay, and then right. Which side you start, it doesn't matter. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I put my ear on the shoulder without turning my chin in, but keep the chin and nose straight, and then only go like this, okay? And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So only one side 2 times. 1, 2. The other side. 1, 2. So looking left again. 1, 2. The other side. 1, 2. When you do exercise like this, you have to really stand straight, not like this. No? And then if you do this, your muscles are already tensed up, and then you're blocking your movement. But you have to make your spine go straight first, and then your muscles in the right position, and then they move left and right like this. Because those two muscles, they're pulling the neck, they're supporting the neck, and they're this one. But we'll try both, okay? So now I could do half circle, the under circle first. So I look this way, and then up, up, 1, 2, 1, 2. So now the upper circle, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So loosen up. Okay? Now I look down and I look up. This one very dangerous, especially you think you stand straight, but you actually stand like this, and then you look up, and then you can fall. So really go a little bit in the knee, just in the case keep a balance, and do it slowly. Okay? And 1, 2, 1, 2. So we make consciously our mistake to know how a mistake does feel for you. So that's actually, you make the mistake first to sort it out. So you know what it's like to make a mistake, okay? So now I go like a bent position, and then I go to the 1, 2, 1, 2. So remember this feeling. How does it feel? So now only this partial muscle is moving. Now when I stand really straight with all my spine joint aligned, now when I do this, 1, 2. You feel more muscle moving. Okay? And you have to try to difference those two feelings so you can tell the difference from right from wrong, And many people, they do it always like this, and they think they're doing the right technique, they're doing it wrong. Okay, try to do both situations, the right one and the wrong one, the really, really wrong one. Okay, so now we only moved our neck in one axis. Now we try to move 2 axes. Okay, so what does it mean? So I go like this. There's only one x. Okay, the second dimension. And the third dimension. So I only do like this. So I stand like this now, okay? But my upper body straight, okay? Do not go with your body like this. So now I look up. That's the second dimension. And then up, up, up. So now I look down. Up, down, 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 and up, down, up, down. So you feel that this part muscle is being pulled like this, and then pulled like this a second time. And this is where they really get worked out, And then the other side. So make sure the other dimensions are locked now, okay? And then your body is not like this. So now this, not shoulder like this, okay? So now up, up, up. So now down, 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 and up, down, up, down. Okay? You can try this exercise if you're in the office, if you're lying down, chilling in front of the couch, or already lying in bed, trying to get some sleep and you still have neck pain, or trying to get up in the morning and have neck pain or whatever, you can do it in the lying, okay? Do like this, and then this, and then this, and then the circling, okay? It's very important because the neck muscles are very important for Tai Chi training, but already in the form, there are next exercises like this. So you're actually moving like this already, and if you do the cloud hand, you're already moving your head all the time from left to right and stuff, but most people, they do it like this. So the neck is stiff. Most people do Tai Chi wrong all the time, 99%, but you have to move to be alive, not to the best sense, and then, okay? So loosen up. Now we do some flow exercise. I call it swinging exercise. So actually just swing your hand like this, okay? And now the other hand like this. So the rest of the body go with it, okay? Just like this, okay? So now both hands. So do it very slowly now. When you swing, what does happen actually? When you swing, the weight of your hand is, if you let it fall now, it's pulling you automatically to that way, right? And then now I swing that way, and then it pulls me to that way. This is when I swing. But if I do it in slow mo, let's say, so what is the difference? If you swing, you get pulled by your energy, by your weight, changing energy, kinetic energy, or whatever what it's called. But if I do it slow-mo, I change my energy, and not the other way around. So the first way, if I do something too fast, that's the difference between external and internal exercise also. If they do boxing and whatever, punching bag, so the energy is moving them. But actually, I want to move my energy. So that's why we try to all this coordination exercise to find an energy point, the power point, power spot, line, and angle first, and then I move the energy. Okay? So now we can do it with different hand form, like this. And then I go down to the neutral stance. Now I flip this side up, and this side up. Okay? So it's not actually swinging anymore, but I do it very, very consciously, intentionally. And that's why we call it intentional, the intent or the focus. And then you see, you go into the Tai Chi exercise from earlier. So you see why the wrong movement is actually a very logical movement. If you do it like this, you have the boxing movement. It's very economical also. Okay? Like this. So my toe are also still rotating. Notice that? Okay? So now I swing the full circle now. Okay, I swing like this. Now I swing like this. So now you see I pull one leg up. And on the other side. So this leg, this leg, this leg, this leg, yeah? And then the other side, this leg, and this, and this. But now I'm not going with my body like this, curves back. Okay? So now I do it in slow-mo. Alright? And then the other side. Here I already pull this, and then I can pull this. And I can pull this. Okay? You see where I'm going at? try to find the weight distribution in yourself, in your dantian. The dantian is a very mystical spot, but it's just a center of your mass, okay? This is the hip bone, alright? So if the pelvis or whatever. So now you do one circle first, one, okay? And then the second one, you lift your knee. Now I go back, and then do one, and then now I lift the other knee. So, okay? Now I only lift the knee. But, you see my hand movement? This palm is pointing up, this palm pointing down, and then let it fall, and then you see the switch. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So if you're doing punching, they're also changing, they're also flipping, you see? But a very small angle. But if I go wrestling, if I go this throw, you will grab like this. And I do this throw, you grab like this. You see? It's all about the concept, because in the end, I can throw or I can hit it. I can hit it, I can throw or I can hit it and then throw it. But the arm is going this way, okay? But combine it. Now, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. And now like this. In Chun style or whatever style. So it's all about energy flowing. Okay? We can also do it in the figure 8. The figure 8 is very important because Tai Chi is fencing. In all fencing sport, you cut like this, and then you cut back, and then you cut like this, and then you cut back. You cut this, or you cut this. Okay? So now I go both hands, and I go to the 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. So now go to the other one, and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So now I come from up to down like this, and then other way around. So now I make the figure 8, like we made in the needle in the sea exercise. You see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So now I change direction. So I go up now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Now I go to the double, I forgot this one. That's why, because I wanted to try it here. The double wind into the ear, okay? But never mind, we'll do it now. Like this. Oh no, I only do this, okay? So this 2 finger pointing, not this 3, this 2. So I hit with these 2 knuckles actually. So now I combine with my stance like this. Okay? So now I combine it a little bit. So I go to the one side, 1 wing to the ear. Not 2 in, but 1. Okay? And 2. and 1, and 2. So I go to this, and then I go up, and up. And then I go side, and up. And then side, and up. Let's try this, okay? So I come from this from the side, and this one up. You see? What does my upper body do? So you see the framework and footwork is all about coordination, because if you hit like this, no coordination, no hip movement. If you hit like this, it's not combined very well. So that's why we do it slowly. And then 1, and 2. And then I can try the other side. And 1, and 2. And 1, and 2. And 1, 2. Okay? 1, and then you can pull also, 2, and then you go to another. That's why all the hand movement, open hand, because they are potentially also Jin technique, not only for hitting. Okay? So I have 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you have this side, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can also try first the uppercut and then this. Okay? So you have uppercut and this. And uppercut and this. So this hand is switching back. And then like when I go uppercut, I have to go recover, and this one is switching back. Not like this. 1, 2. And that's most people box like this, box like this. But actually you have to coordinate. And you see they are also making circle. Alright? You don't consciously move your backhand with your cover hand. You get punch a lot. Like this. Okay? Like this. Like this. And then you see it's about circling. And then here. Yeah? And then uppercut, pull. Uppercut, pull. Okay, let's hope next week we have no technical problems. Okay? And then we can do Sanda and Wing Chun again. So it's Tuesdays, more fighting, more Sanda, more Wing Chun. And Thursday is more slow. We have the Qi Gong, we have the fitness exercise. If you have back pain, lower back pain, neck pain, whatever, knee pain, we can do some exercise about it. Okay, just write a comment. Alright? So, see you next time.